Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It has been a long time. However, we are back. Heaven gone cold. With my lovely gaggle of cast and fucks and crew. Saber.
What the fuck is Star Wars?
What the
Brad.
fuck is Star Wars?
Will.
Hello.
Hello.
Dark.
I'm here doing voices all the time.
Do crime.
Ooh. Ash.
I eat concrete.
Yes, he
I believe
does.
That's fucking Brandon's life.
Spencer.
Just surviving over here.
Sweet. And our lovable, side, spectator, Riley. If you want to say
I
hi.
ate hot chips this morning and I almost died. Someone call me fireman the way I be dying to this heat. I don't know.
Would you say that Riley is our resident side bitch?
Oh my
I
god.
know I am.
Riley, are you our resident side bitch? I'll leave this up to you.
Oh, of course I am.
Is Riley getting a new title?
I'll make it in Discord in a bit.
I'm doing it right now.
Oh, okay. Well, anywho, welcome back. We haven't played Cain in a long time because time fucking sucks. But we had some interesting moments last session. And we are back to continue those. As you guys are all heading out of the auditorium and the room and everything, Alencia, with the other two behind her, kind of like piping looks at each other, but not really being able to pick up any signs of what's happening. Alencia just kind of like walks in front of them, takes a yawn, stretches her arms and everything, and just, alright, well, that was an interesting fight. And I think it's about time that we all go get some rest. So how about we go eat some food and maybe go catch some G's? And then we can continue on with, the tournament and all that fun jazz tomorrow.
Oh, I get it, because we're listening to jazz.
Do you actually say that in character?
And Facies does in the background somewhere, like under his breath.
Jazz.
I get it.
Arden just like, you hear this very loud plap as his like hand hits his forehead as hard as he could.
You just see that like a Facies like side eyes him and like sticks out two finger guns and goes, "I'll be here all week, baby."
Alencia kind of like chuckles, and behind her, as if being there the entire time, Till walks past her to, a little bit forward, closer to everybody coming out of the auditorium, and turns to a door as it opens, and he just goes, "Well, everybody, let's have a meal." As you guys see as the door opens, this, like, massive room. Okay, I can't say massive, but, like, decently sized room that can easily fit everybody. Like, open, there's there's tables everywhere. Bunch of seats, and a bunch of plates with covers on top of them. And everything with no labels.
Hey, admin.
I
I have no imagination, therefore I need a visualization for this right now on screen.
Well, screw you. You're gonna have to deal with it, because I don't have it. Just kind of think of like a bougie not administration. The fuck, a bougie like cafeteria.
Gotten in your head.
But yeah, just like a bougie cafeteria from like high school or something. But Like,
Is Artyom sitting behind the fucking cafeteria thing wearing a fucking hairnet?
no.
Is he the lunch lady?
Aw,
No.
man.
There is no like lunch lady or anything like that. There's just like a bunch of plates and tables and everything. Mostly in the center of the room, there's these two long bench-like super long benches that kind of span from one side of the room to the other with just plates along them with like metal covers over the plates. On one of them is 5 plates, and then on the other bench is 7 plates. Kind of as if you could infer that one table was set up for Team Abnormality and the other one was set for Team Obscurus. And as Till walks in, Alencia walks in, she kind of like looks over at all of you guys and just goes, Khaled, where's the other 2? As he looks over, kind of like looks around, doesn't see anything, and just, I'll go get him. As he walks through the auditorium door, and there's a loud, echo of just, Maeve, Amelie! As there's an echo and then no sound for a second, and then there's a light ring of like a set of keys kind of just like knocking and landing right next to Khaled as he just like looks down. Oh, well, they're awake, they'll be here in a second. And then turns around and walks back towards the group.
Awake?
Well, would you guys like to eat?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Arden would just look around and just be like, do we just choose? Do we just pick one?
I mean, pick whichever one comes to you, I guess.
Dino already sitting
Oh.
down. Well, this spot's mine.
All right, well, guess I'll choose. He just picks one at random, just here.
Okay. And Dino and or Arden, do either of you guys like pull the top off of the plate to see what's under it?
Yeah, I'd say Arden.
Yes.
Okay. What is your character's favorite edible food? And don't say human flesh.
I was gonna say,
Damn it.
Arden, I was half expecting for it to pop out baby.
I considered it.
Like as if wishing for it, you get a light smack in the back of your head as Henry walks past. It's just, I have fucking morals, you know that, right?
You tell me not to say human flesh, and yet one of the characters I'm playing is literally a sin. So,
Appy
I feel
sauce.
called out.
It is, no, you get a plate full of, it is like off-brand, like sin chow, or it's
No,
like
it's-
a bunch of batteries. Tofu
Yeah,
substitute
no,
human flesh.
it's just a bunch of batteries and wires.
You suck on the battery like a cigarette.
It's just Soku's fucking GameCube.
Oh my god.
Fucking AAA battery in his mouth.
You know,
Dino
you go
would
first.
get a almost massive bowl of ramen, tonkatsu specifically, with an extra side of beef on the side.
Ooh, katsu's always good.
By the way, Will, I know how to make a really fucking mean tonkatsu.
All the more reason to move back here, Will.
Well,
Exactly.
True.
I think Will needs to change his pants.
I need
Okay.
to decide
Just
if
a
I go
bit.
funny with this or if I just be normal.
Much like the
I mean, with
Tonkatsu,
Arden,
Will is now
fuck it,
nice
do
and creamy.
funny. And I imagine at this point everybody's kind of sat down except for Maeve and Abilene, but those two will have a
Don't worry
moment.
about them.
Arden gets 3-day-old rash meal.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying
microwave
to.
dinner.
I don't know what his. I feel like it's like something that has to do with meat. You know. I feel like it's just a big.
Ezekiel.
Yep.
Ezekiel's
Wait.
just gonna slide in next to Dino, rip the top part of the plate called, I forget what it's called, and it's just a massive blue rare tomahawk steak with just a massive pile of mashed potatoes.
You know, funnily enough, I was gonna do the same thing. It's just like Arden just has like a giant like 18-ounce steak with like fries on the side. Just steak for eats.
Specifically blue rare.
Brandon, hold on. Brandon, wait, hold on.
What?
Okay. While you guys are doing that, Shikyo, Talk, Jaune, and or Yokai, do any of them have a specific food?
Yes.
A meat witch.
Yes. Shikyo is gonna have a like bowl of sticky rice with spicy mayo mixed in. And then
Ooh.
on the side like a honey bun toast.
You see is like as you open it, Cheshire like lightly like very like at like very low opacity just like walks right in front of you and like sniffs the toast and gives like a weird like it like his face scrunches for a second.
Oh my god, wait, Shikyo's just like gonna grab like the corner of it and like offer it to him. Like here.
He like sniffs it for a second and like takes it. He just smacks his lips a little bit. I don't think I like this. His opacity goes back to 0.
Alright then. And he just like eats it himself.
I have a question about about this just in general. So, does the food does that just reflect whatever like base favorite food, I guess, that your character has, or is it
I mean,
like
so it's kind of the way that I have an idea of it is it's kind of like the thing your character likes to eat the most that is like somewhat nutritional, but it can't be like human flesh or a baby or an animal because Henry's not a fucking monster.
okay?
Because it's
I
Henry
know what it is,
creating
yeah.
the food based on your desire.
Gotcha.
That means Cheshire A gets kitty chow or B just like 3 pigeons that are just alive.
Okay, okay, hold on. Somebody somebody other than Shikyo, roll me a fate die, please.
Oh no.
Got you, I got you, I got you. It's just a D6.
Okay, you see like as next to Shikyo, there's just suddenly like this like decently sized like unnamed, there's no text on the outside hardback book that is just like kind of floating as it like slowly starts getting like bite marks in it.
The cat's eating the book.
Knowledge.
Paper.
Wait, is Cheshire invisible right now?
Yeah, he's at 0 opacity.
You just hear, Shikyo just hears next to him just a little...
Like a light little purr.
Yes, he's eating the book.
Oh my god.
What would Chissoku like? Ooh, I got a good one for Chissoku.
I want everyone to go first before I say Nick.
Oh god. What are you planning?
Is it because it's gonna be heartbreaking? Is that why?
Maybe.
Probably.
was gonna
Okay,
say,
Yokai and Jaune.
Yep.
honestly, Jaune, he'd probably have like the most basic ass like eggs on toast, fucking maybe a pancake or two. Just he hasn't had a lot of chances to eat good food,
Oh, but that's
so to
buttery,
speak.
though.
Well, yes, but it, like I said, like the most basic of basic food. As for Yokai, he'd probably just have a decent sized bowl of fucking sweet and sour chicken with rice.
Based. Is that white of me to say? Absolutely. Do I care? No.
No.
Fuck no.
Alrighty. After a little bit, Abilene, or like Khaled, kind of stays by the door and everything, and kind of points to Alencia, kind of like notioning to her that he's gonna head out real quick. And as he opens the door, he like, oh shit, as he catches a currently like half asleep falling Abilene, as she's like falling face first into what was going to be the door.
Maeve's like just beside her, like, oh. Okay, hold on.
As they walk in, Arden's just like, and where were you two lovebirds?
Catching a nap?
Sleeping. I just
Right,
like
air quotes, sleeping.
you can see that her like the light in the cathedral and everything, like her eyes are like adjusting and all that, and it looks like her brain is like having to factory reset. As she's like, sleeping. And like you can see that she has that like wobble, like that like light wobble that like she hasn't straightened up.
Yeah, Arden's just like with the air quotes. Yeah, sleeping. Sure.
Dino from like across the room. Smells like sex in here.
Henry like laughs and then like pops up right in front of Arden, just kind of like looking at him, holds his hand out a little bit, and you see like this like light terminal that looks like it's about to display something. I mean, if you want, I can show you proof.
Hey, yeah.
Just, I don't know how I would react to this.
Don't react.
Yeah, he's just like, I don't think we need any visual proof.
Arden just freezes.
Yeah, Arden, like, you know, I was giving them shit, but like, I don't want to actually see that.
Are you kidding me? Their most private moments? I'm not a monster. Anyway, have babies on sale? Or no?
Want any babies?
I may be a demented psychopath, but I have standards.
I may be a demented psychopath, but at least I respect people's privacy.
You see is the frozen look on your face of just, huh? Like sends Henry falling back as just before he lands, hitting his back on the floor, he just like poofs, and then ends up standing right next to Chissoku, or not Chissoku, Alencia, as he's like curling over, laughing his ass off.
You can hear Facies as he's chuckling. You look over and you see he's got a terminal in front of him with Pornhub on it as it looks like he's uploading something. And he just goes, hey, you may have standards, but I don't.
What are you uploading?
The video.
Okay. For context, they were actually sleeping. There was no sex. The joke is that the recording he was
straight up uploaded a
Yeah, it's
video
just
of them just sleeping. To
Yeah,
the
it's a video of them sleeping. It just exists now.
Going on Pornhub later. 4 hours.
Hey, I can do
ASMR.
amazing things these days.
yeah,
4 hour
shot.
ASMR sleeping.
Lesbian ASMR.
Lesbian ASMR.
I would
Soft
also
breathing.
like to note that I don't think you would be able to do that, as the recording, like, it's hard to record and or essentially is impossible to record inside of the like room and everything, as like every time that you like try to like send it to somebody or anything, it just like automatically corrupts, or like there's nothing there.
Damn it.
What do you mean, damn it?
Not my lesbian ASMR. No.
Oh my god, bro. The important stuff.
The building
Yeah, I think
catches
Arden just
fire,
kinda, like-
everyone grabbing personal effects. Shikyo, wait, server room, where is it?
Yeah, Arden just kind of grumbles to himself as he just goes back to eating, just stuffing his face with, like, his steak and fries. And if everyone's gone, I'll do Nyx now.
I believe everyone
got-
has. Or, I mean, no, Maeve and
Chissoku.
Evelyn haven't done theirs yet.
Okay, then you guys can do yours first.
Do you want to do Maeve first?
Ooh. Give me like 1 minute to think.
Okay.
Ooh.
Khalid kind of like looks over at them and just go fucking eat. As like he like rubs his head and then walks out the door and closes it. As Evelyn kind of like stumbles or like kind of like waddles more over to the table and everything to one of the empty to one of the empty plates and everything. She like opens it up and then just like closes it. Man, I didn't want that. Opens it again and it's like a monster in a pack of cigarettes.
Oh my god. She just Maeve like looks over, is like, are we serious right now? Really?
She like
That's it?
she like closes it again, waits a couple seconds, opens it again. Now it's like a Red Bull, and it's literally just like an entire bowl of just like 2-minute made mashed potatoes. And she just goes, huh. See, that's what I'm more like. And just like sits down and just starts eating the shit out of these mashed potatoes.
Maybe it's just gonna like look up like, oh my lord. Okay. She's gonna like raise hers, and it's gonna be this Filipino dish where it's like they look like cupcakes, but it's steamed rice cakes, and it has like a little square cheese on it. It's called puto. And she's just gonna have like a whole fucking like bowl of those stacked on top of each other. And just start munching.
Fuck yeah. Okay, and now I believe it would be Nicholas's.
Okay. So as all this commotion is going on with like Henry, joking about showing the video and everything and them walking in, Nick takes a seat at the far back seat, I guess, like closest to wherever like the Artyom lunch lady would be that we were joking about. And he just kind of like lifts open the lid, but like so that just he can see, like kind of it's like a lever almost, like he kind of pulls it back so that the back end of it is still sitting there so he can like look in. And in there it is a bread bowl with a steaming serving of just beef stew with like the lid of the bread bowl that he had to like dig out to actually make the bowl is on like the plate next to it with like butter slathered all over it. And when he lifts this up, that is immediately he recognizes it as the comfort meal that his mom would make after an especially bad day with his dad. And to like soothe and like as she would say it, to soothe the heart and warm it up from the inside. So he just kind of pauses for like a second or two before he closes the lid again. Just says to no one in particular, sorry, I'm not really hungry, and then just walks out of the cafeteria.
Off table, fuck you. On table, that was fucking good.
Amazing.
Ow.
That is amazing.
That's why I want to go last, because I just ruined the mood.
Should have gone first. Damn it.
Never
Options
heard of
just looks
ending
over.
on
I'll
a
have
or
what he's
ending on a
having.
good note.
Not in Cain.
Not in Cain.
Can't have that.
Ezekiel's
wait.
just over here ripping into his tomahawk steak with his bare hands like a feral animal.
Oh, hold on. I would like to specify Arden's steak is well done. Almost charred, if you will.
That's criminal.
Hey, he's
Listen.
an Arden's, you know? Bro
Listen,
likes his meat
I can
crispy.
excuse the murder of humans. I can't excuse a well-done steak.
That's too far.
Yeah,
That's
eating
too
fucking
far.
eating iron, or not iron. Fucking tire. No,
Yeah.
tire rubber. Fuck no.
Tire rubber? Yeah, he's just just eating charcoal, essentially.
Fresh
still
off the
glowing.
grill.
Glowing. It just came off, and like the inside, he takes a bite, and you just hear the
He takes a bite,
and
it's
a
like,
little bit of
"Hmm,
smoke puffs out of his.
this isn't done enough. Activates his Arden's powers to burn it even more before eating. Ah, yes, perfect.
Blows away half the table.
Yeah.
There's a crater in the ground.
That's
I
bad.
hazard
Hole in
to
the ceiling.
think what the bathroom you use looks like. The toilet
Arden
just
canonically
gone
shits
at this
lava.
point. Yeah.
Oh god, that would be so terrible.
That's his Arden's power that he got. It's just he could just projectile shit lava.
Oh my god.
One of the abilities of all time.
Is he perchance lactose?
Lactose
Oh
the milk and with them as his weapon.
They're in,
Oh,
they're in a
God.
situation where they're about to die. Arden out of nowhere. Quick, give me the milk.
Dino looks up at him.
yes.
You can't be serious. Not now.
Motherfucker's got explosive lava.
I know we're about to die, but please.
Not like this.
I wanted to go out normally for a Cain agent.
Okay, so everyone minus Nick is enjoying their food.
Yeah.
Nope.
I feel like Abilene probably ate it super fast. Again, it was mashed potatoes. As she just like, you guys see, Obscurus, you guys are used to this, but Abnormality probably hasn't seen something like this, or at least like, especially the younger cast hasn't, as she like grabs her Red Bull that she has, and you see as she kind of like preps it to pop up with one hand, and then bites into the bottom of the Red Bull, and you hear a as she's like chugging the shit out of the Red Bull. As she just like,
Shotgun a Red Bull.
yeah, she just shotgunned a Red Bull.
You should shotgun a Red Bull.
God.
As she just like stops, she like wobbles a little bit again, and then she like, "Ugh. Okay, I think I'm good. Ugh. I'm awake." As like, if anybody's
so
looking her in the
fucking hard.
face, you could see as like one of her eyes are like slightly twitching.
I have
Just
a
so much
mental image.
Red Bull that it just gives her a fucking lazy eye.
Yeah.
Stands up, I'm fine. I just
Like
the side.
slightly looking down a little bit. Hey, over here. Where? And it's like it's slow to follow as she looks anywhere.
Oh my god.
Also, why do I have the mental image that if anyone was like reaching for salt on the table, like anywhere near the plate of mashed potatoes, she just goes, "Stay away, mine. They're mine."
My mashed
I feel like
potatoes.
he would do it as a joke and be like,
I think Maeve would be like the one person who like she'd like actually like lean the mashed potatoes out towards.
Just takes like a
Grudgingly.
little finger of a potato, just
Then she goes right back to fucking munching. And then as she finishes eating, she kind of like, and shotgunning the Red Bull and everything, she gives it a second, and then she like stands up, stretches again. All right, I'm gonna go on a walk. See you guys in a little bit.
Maeve's gonna like shove the last like muffin in your face. Just wait, take me with you.
Dino from across the way sees this.
Wait, why is that a really good mouth trumpet? Why was that a really good mouth trumpet?
When did you
Dino is
learn
very
this?
talented in the mouth trumpet, apparently.
He's very good with his mouth.
Yeah. Say pause.
What you mean by that?
What do you,
How you know that?
what do you mean by that?
You don't want to know how I know.
Anywho, she like starts like walking, you know, like gets set up, gets like right next to the door as Maeve's like running behind her, and Till opens the door for her. If you would like, I can show you your rooms. We'll find them at some point. Is it on the left or on the right? It's on the left. Okay. We'll figure it out. As she, like, walks out and everything. You know, going... And, her and Maeve walk out as Till closes the door again. Khaled comes back a couple minutes later, looking, I'd say, not aggravated, but like annoyed. Like you could see that like it looks like he's been like grabbing his head a lot, out of like annoyance or something. As he walks through the door, kind of gives a stank eye to Artyom, and Artyom kind of how Facies did that, like, the double finger guns to Artyom. He just kind of, like, gives the single finger gun to Khaled and then walks out.
That's my supervisor, rage baiting. Love it.
So proud.
As Ezekyle finishes his food, he's gonna nudge Dino in the side with his elbow and go, "Hey, wanna see something funny?"
Yeah. What you got in mind?
So all that's left on Ezekiel's plate is just the bone from the tomahawk steak. And he goes, "Hey, abnormality, check this out." And as their gaze falls on him, he unravels the flesh of his head, slams it down onto the bone, and just absorbs the bone into his body.
I'm so glad Nick isn't here to witness this.
What the actual fuck?
I mean, to be fair, the group has watched Jaune fucking just be unusual in all sorts of normal human ways. I don't know how much this would really affect them.
Speaking of
It definitely affects Chissoku, who starts to. He holds his mouth like over his jacket and just like.
Arden
runs out.
Jaune watches, he just, okay.
I think Arden is like next to Dino, just is like, yes, I love it when he does this.
I know, right? It's so cool.
He just gets pumped up for him.
Ezekyl's just laughing his ass off at Chissoku.
You see as Fox just looks over.
Chissoku
And you can
didn't
just-
eat anything that entire time. He was just sitting there and didn't even lift up the plate cover. He just doesn't feel good.
You can see his Fox just look over at him and he goes, "Oh, wonderful! I'm not the only one." As he grabs into his own face and begins ripping off his skin to show the Terminator-like metal body underneath with like a third eye on his fucking forehead.
All three of us sitting there just go, "Whoa!
Whoa,
That's sick as fuck!"
the Terminator.
You
Ezekiel just has like stars in his eyes.
You see as like Henry as like you grab like the top of your skin, or like the top of your face, kind of like just like appears next to you with like his arm, or his like chin on his hand and his arm on the table, and just goes, "You're gonna play nice, right?"
Hotchis just kind of like side eyes him and then just like slowly like moves the skin back as you see like small nanomachines make it reconnect to the rest of his flesh, and he's like, "Yes, daddy."
Dino from across the way.
He once again it takes him a second, like you could see as his brain just goes, "What?" And then he like falls backwards again, kind of laughing.
Fucker got more whimsy than the Cheshire Cat.
Hey, what can I say? I'm in a good mood today.
Let him terminate. Let him terminate.
You can see in the background Henry and Facies is like it's like Henry's just like bringing two fingers up, and you see Facies lift up his arm to show the little thing still says under 10%. He's like, "I'm just fucking around, I swear."
Okay. And as everybody, I imagine, is finishing up their meal and all that, does anybody have anything else they want to do before everybody starts heading to bed?
Dino is going to excuse himself and go sit out on the balcony if he can find one.
I'd imagine there probably wouldn't be a balcony, but I imagine you guys could probably you guys know the way to the front of the building because that's not too far away.
I feel like it would have been cool if he just like walked up to a random wall and then a balcony
just a balcony appears
in front of him.
Actually, no. Henry's like, "Man, I could use a cigarette right now." As like he just like
exactly
walks
what Dino
in.
was thinking.
You see as he just like slowly starts floating up as stairs are developing under him as he's like walking away from the door that you guys entered. As like after like 7 or 8 stairs, he just walks like face plants into a wall as the wall just like opens into a door, or kind of like just into like an empty wall area, and that just ends up developing into like a balcony-ish.
Can we follow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they're
Dino
fully
said
manifested like
Oh, cool.
stairs and everything.
Man, I really like it here.
It's a cool place. Can be.
Very cool. Well, you're a cool host.
He doesn't say anything. He just like flicks his hand as like 2 cigarettes pull out. One between his index and middle, and one between his middle and ring finger, as he like holds one over to him.
Gentleman through and through.
I just
Dino's
know that
just
you
gonna
can smoke.
lean and look, and then just puff and just.
You notice as like you don't need to light the cigarette. It just kind of like auto lit the second that you put it close to your lips.
E-cigarettes.
I don't think
Very
cigarettes
smooth.
weren't a thing yet.
Be invented though.
It wouldn't be the first thing that Cain has invented.
I mean, yeah. Dino will. He's gonna drag it out for as long as possible. Quite frankly, he does not want to go back. He doesn't want to go to bed quite yet.
Fair. what is it? Henry like finishes his cigarette and then like pauses before he starts walking down and everything. And just kind of like looks back over to you. Are you gonna stay up here? Cause if not, I'm just gonna dissolve this area.
I'll still be up here for a little while.
Okay. Just knock on the wall 2 times. As he
Will
like
do.
walks down the stairs.
The one I want to, as Henry walks away, he'll notice that the cigarette, Dino has puffed on it maybe 4 times, but has kept it lit, and it's starting to burn the top of his fingers as he just keeps holding it there and just looking out.
You know, Master Dino, your cigarette's still going.
So it is. He's gonna like lightly tap the butt end of it to blow a little bit of ash off. And then he's just gonna continue holding it.
Fair.
Mind if I get the floor for a tiny bit?
Of course. Just a request of Henry, please. Master Henry, please don't do anything stupid.
Nah.
As he like walks into
Place
his
is too
shadows.
entertaining to end it. Dino's gonna pull out another cigarette, kind of ash it on the bottom of his boot and tuck it into the other cigarette case he has, and then pull out a fresh one. Not lighting it, just holding it.
You hear the slight sound of crackling static as all of a sudden, directly behind you, you hear the voice of Facies. Hey, buddy, got a spare?
The monster. And he pulls it out and flicks one out towards Facies.
Facies just like grabs it with 2 fingers in midair and he goes, Monster? Oh, please. I'm far worse. So, what's on your mind?
Oh, how versed are you in the qualms of humanity?
He holds up his hand and a small terminal shows up and he's like, son, I've got access to every bit of information that your people have ever had since the invention of this bitch and then some. So I'd say pretty well.
The internet, yes, but what about the soul, my dear friend?
Oh, I don't have one of those.
Then this will be a wonderful exercise. Tell me, do you have any inkling of what despair, fear, hatred, not what that means in a definition, but what that means to you?
Sure I do, Sonny, as you see his eyes begin slightly glowing red. He goes, those are some of my favorite things.
Not the feed, but when you feel them. I heard about what happened. So I know that somewhere, even if you say you don't have a soul, you definitely felt something during that entire incident that, freaked everyone out. And he kind of motions in a general direction, like out over the balcony.
You see as he puts the cigarette in his mouth, and as he takes his index and his thumb finger, he separates them as like a little Jacob's ladder of lightning appears between both of his fingers, and he uses it to light the cigarette. And he just kind of goes, I don't quite know what you're talking about. Only thing I felt when that was happening was fun. And plus, ask the rest of the crew, as he holds up like a martini that he found out that he just like, you have no idea where he got it. he just holds up a martini and he just like holds it out to you slightly. And he goes, it's not the first time that's happened too.
Interesting. You mind
Hey,
spinning me a tail then?
Oh,
And Dino's
well,
gonna
I mean,
grab it in his bottom 3 fingers, holding the cigarette in his top 2, and just take a light sip.
well, every now and then you gotta let loose, right? Although, as he sits there and ponders for a second, he goes, "Fear. I can't necessarily say that I've come too close to feeling fear before. But between you and me, there was one time that I felt overwhelming anger."
Mm. So
You
what?
see,
Yeah.
as he points in through a window over at Nick, and he goes, "You see that kid over there? I've taken quite a liking to him. He's a pretty interesting little fellow.
I've
And,
heard.
well, between you and me, there was one time that we went on a mission, and something pretty bad happened to him. Now, you see, I've become
Yeah.
quite fond of the kid, and seeing the way that it hit him, well, I'd say that's the first time that something hit me pretty similar, too. Oh,
Intriguing.
and I mean, I'm not going to go into detail. He's probably one of the only ones here that I have a modicum of respect for. Well, except for the big guy. But that's just because he's the only one here, I think, who could maybe have a fair chance at kicking my ass one day. But, you see, with the kid... Oh, I'm not going to go into his story. It's not my place to tell it. But... yeah, something really bad happened to him. And when I saw it, I mean, the way you may put it, I sort of snapped. And I also may have sealed off a mile radius around the entire area that we were within my domain, but that's neither here nor there. Almost killed a guy, too, if it wasn't for the fact that I knew Artyom would have sealed me away in his computer for a week. Look, I'm powerful, but I have limits, and unfortunately, my limits, as you see, that he kind of like pulls a like one of the good point, Gar. As you see that he pulls kind of like what looks like a holographic chain connected to his neck, and he goes like this, and he's like, my limits, unfortunately, are tied to this. As he goes like this, and it just disappears.
We're all slaves to something, it seems.
Something, kid. We're all slaves to the same fucking thing.
Yeah. That nasty little council up there. Or maybe you're speaking in a more generalized term.
No.
God, fate.
Oh, trust me, kid. God's not real. Those things are the closest you're ever gonna see to them.
I found out that they're not real a long time ago. And neither are they. Those so-called gods up there.
Oh, you mean the big boys up top? No, they're real. Trust me. I've met one at least a couple of times.
We're all fallible. Just a matter of finding the right place to kick, pinch, poke, or punch. Everyone crumples the same.
Yes, but some people, it's more interesting to watch.
Oh, very true. Very, very true. I've seen more than a few meltdowns that I'd almost put yours to shame. Although I doubt they would ever come to that magnitude, but...
Oh, trust me, kid. What you saw was me letting loose. You haven't seen me melt down. They're the only ones that have seen that. And I'm pretty sure a couple of them still have PTSD from it.
I do have another question for you.
I'm an index. What's up?
The big man.
Oh, yeah,
You know his
Jaune?
story?
Oh. I know that on the outside, He may seem like a big softy that's as cold as steel.
Soft is one way of putting it. Yeah, about as soft as, titanium.
You'll see in due time. But I may not know his story, but I know that there's something inside that man that even I would tread not to poke. Although it would be fun.
Oh. Curiosity may have killed the cat once, but it never got it twice.
True. So he takes his cigarette and he puts it out on the railing next to him and just flicks it. And he sits there, cracks his knuckles outward, and he goes, all right. Well, he grabs the martini and he's like, I'll leave you to your thoughts. I have a party to attend. Have a
You've
good one.
given me plenty. You too as well. Good night.
See you again, new friend. As he just zap, and he's just gone into like a fucking like course of static electricity. He just.
Dino's gonna look out and kind of smirk and just. I wonder how long it took them to get used to him doing that. As he puffs one last time and puts the cigarette out again and sticks it back in the box. And he'll walk back, start to go down the stairs, stop, turn around, knock twice on the wall, and then continue his way down.
When you knock on the wall twice, everything kind of inversely of how it came out, slowly starts kind of like meshing itself in. So like the balcony itself kind of like forms into the wall again. The hole that was a doorway-ish kind of melds back into a fully solidified object as the stairs slowly start reclining back down into the floor. And with that, does anybody else have something that they would like to do for now?
Yeah, I'll say Arden is just going to be pretty simple. He knows he's got a match tomorrow, so he wants to be like, he may be a psychopath, but he takes fighting very seriously. He just goes immediately to bed after dinner, so he's well rested for the next fight. But for Nick, rather, as Facies points over to Nick walking by the window, the camera from their point of view shifts and moves over down to Nick as he's walking to his room. After he left dinner, he went to his room, opened the door, just kind of out of habit, really, not really having anywhere to go in mind. He opened the door, looks in his room, sees the guitar, standing on its stand next to his bed. And he's just gonna again stand there for a moment before he just closes the door. And is there a place in the facility besides the main entrance that you could go to be outside?
I mean, I'd imagine probably you can probably find a way or two if you think about it hard enough. Or sorry,
then,
if you want it enough.
Then I think Nick will just walk until he just kind of aimlessly walking around until he comes across a door that leads to outside. And just kind of feeling, I don't know, he doesn't know how to feel. His mind, after seeing the stew and the guitar again, brought back memories, and he realized he hasn't really dealt with anything right now, and has just kind of been, I'm just gonna fight and try and become one of the lower 6 council,
Lower 8.
and just try and change Cain, and that was his main goal. Or sorry, 4. Did I say 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the lower 4. And just try and change Cain, and this is the first time that he's really thought about it, and he's just going to kind of similarly to when he activated the orchestra ability for the first time. And when he's like in a fight, he closes his eyes and just kind of lets the sounds around him guide him. He's just gonna close his eyes and do that same thing and just kind of just walk around for a bit outside, just feeling the wind on his skin and just going wherever the sounds take him.
Roll me a fate die, please. Ooh,
I don't know what that's gonna do.
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
Nick trips and falls, face plants directly.
Nick
into the
falls
face
off a
plant.
cliff and dies.
He was already having a bad day. Now it's just a shit day.
That was just even worse.
That was just even worse.
But yeah, no, you go around, and it's simply just you and the music. And we are going to pull back. Does anybody else have anything before everybody go to eat? Sweet.
Nigga.
Huh?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Alrighty. Then we are going to push a few more hours into the night, as it is becoming much later. It's becoming much darker outside. Probably say it's about past midnight. And as most people are sleeping about, there's somebody just kind of chilling in the auditorium, just kind of hanging out, thinking to himself, eating popcorn, kind of doing whatever he wants. And he looks into the arena as someone who's not supposed to be in the arena is there. As we pull back a couple minutes before, Chissoku.
So, Chissoku at this point cannot sleep. He's sort of drifting in and out of consciousness, but he is sweaty, gasping, panting. His shirt has soaked all the way through, and it looks like he just finished running like an 8 or 9 mile run in a heavy winter jacket where he's pulled it off and it's just shirt soaked with sweat. He's wandering through the halls, kind of pushing off, running into walls, banging against them, and he is just and that labored breathing as he's kind of just drifting in and out. He sees the hallway, but he sees visions in that hallway, hearing voices behind him, this kind of waking nightmare. And as he travels forward, he's under his breath saying, "No, no." As from the edges of his vision, he sees the fingers of the creature that was his mom, like, grip around and then pull back as he moves forward, and they're slowly just trying to cloud his vision. So he's batting them away, trying to walk forward. And in his mind, what he sees is he starts seeing this orange glow behind him. And he doesn't want to turn around. But as his vision swirls down and then looks down at his feet, he sees behind him these tongues of fire, almost taking the shape of hands, gripping after him, trying to grab his ankles, trying to like catch the bottom of his foot to make him stumble, as he continually stumbles and keeps stumbling forward. And he can hear, not in real life, but he can hear this, "Come back. Don't run away. We're not mad at you. Come back. Don't worry, Chiso. You're okay. You'll be safe with us." And it keeps repeating that phrase of just, "Come back, come back, come back," as he stumbles his way through the halls, eventually finding himself at the entrance to the arena. And if I remember right, he almost collapses into the door. And the door opens with a loud just, as his whole 140 wet pound body weight crashes into it. And he stumbles in almost on his hands and knees at this point, as he's crawling in towards the center of the arena, just trying to get as much of his body on the cold ground as possible to cool off and breathe and do anything else. At this point, he's staring down at the ground, kind of almost face to face with the ground, and he sees the two hands go on either side of his head, then turn around and grip the top of his face and start pulling him back up, almost bending his back in an unnatural angle. And he feels a sharp stab straight into, almost traveling through his spine, to grip his stomach and squeeze. And he throws up. But not normal throw up. He unleashes a torrent of coughing molten metal. Just globs of this iron, red hot lava. And it comes out in these spurts of just and this puddle growing in front of him. And it's starting to burn. It's starting to go down his front, burning away everything, screaming in between these throw-ups of just molten metal. And he can feel the pain as this red-hot liquid metal fills his skull. He can feel like it's coming out of his ears, his nose, starting to drip down in rivulets from his eyes, as it feels like he is being burned out from the inside.
And after a few moments of this happening, there's a final pause. It seems there's no more molten. It seems like it's all drained, and as Chisoku's vision kind of clears, it wasn't ground that he was on. It was ice. As he sees the reflection of himself in like this light haze with a bunch of mold and lava and everything around him, as he can see himself, and then he hears a few small cracks as the reflection of his face seemingly splits in half, and Chissoku falls into the lake.
There's an uproarious amount of steam as the water bubbles underneath and just like hot metal being quenched. And it's not good.
And after a few minutes, it feels like a few minutes, maybe longer, maybe not that long. There's a shadow of a person. You can't quite make out the features. But you can kind of hear. Damn, kid, you trying to kill yourself? As this body kind of like looks around, trying to see if there is by chance anything that can happen or that they can really do. As they like take off their shoes and everything, and then you see as they take one step off of the ice and kind of dive foot first into it. As Chissoku, you feel a light arm wrapped around you as fading in and out of consciousness, not really being able to breathe right now. You finally get to air, your ears full of water, your lungs trying to grasp for whatever they can. As you are finally on hard rock over here. And kind of you get a little bit of chest compressions and everything as whoever the person is, they're trying to make sure you don't die. And after some compressions,
Not die. I ain't kissing you, man.
after some compressions, you finally get all of the water out of your system, regurgitating it back up. As you kind of blink a little bit, your eyes still filled with water, and you hear a quiet, "Till, come make sure this kid is okay. Can't have him dying on us yet." As Till you see a second body of like a muttered version of who you can imagine is Till. Just going, of course, master, we can do that. As Till like picks you up and everything and starts walking you out of the room, your vision kind of clears for a second as you are kind of looking around. You can lightly see the face with with mediocre brown hair and a streak of red in their hair as you fall back unconscious.
Who, mm-hmm. Well,
Couple hours later, you wake up in your bed. Nothing physically seems like anything happened. You definitely feel not as hot or sick as you did yesterday. Your clothes are fine. Your shirt is not damaged. As everybody about at the same time kind of wakes up, or over within like an hour and a half of each other, kind of wakes up and everything. And if you guys would like, there is breakfast for you at the dining hall.
I think Nick would go over to the dining hall because he's really hungry because he didn't have dinner last night. And lucky for him, his mom didn't have any like special breakfast that she made or anything. It was just that. It was just the stew. So when he goes into the dining room, I assume, is it just like the same, like open the lid and it's the thing? Yeah. When he does that, it's just like the most, like the biggest, like most traditional American breakfast that you can think of. It's got the pancakes, got the syrup, got the bacon, got the eggs, got the toast with the jam on the side too. It's got the hash browns. It's just everything.
It's like 3 plates worth of food.
Exactly. And he's just like scarfing it down because he didn't like eat it all yesterday. And I'd imagine he'd be the first one there just because I don't feel like he could sleep very well. So after his walk, he went back, slept as much as he could, and then just eventually just like, I'm up now, and then just went to eat.
Fair. Actually, I'm gonna move this here for now, so we have a different look. Why is that still there?
Oh, technical difficulties. Technical difficulties.
Please. Dino might be the second one to pop in. And he'll stroll in, regard Nick with a nod, and kind of take spot like almost like across table, but like 2 or 3 spots down, because he doesn't know Nick all that much, and he's more just groggy than anything. So he'll kind of just plop himself down, just why does the dining room have to be so bright? And it'll take off the lid. And you see what would be the stereotypical IHOP breakfast. Like, there's a bowl of berries. It has the circular butter on a stack of 3 pancakes. There's the crappy syrup bottle that is like congealed with syrup on top that you physically need to like put effort into pulling back, and it still won't go all the way. And like black coffee in the IHOP mug with 3 sugars and 2 creams.
Oddly specific.
Specifically. He knows how he likes his shitty coffee.
Yeah. I think Nick, at this point, he's so tired, he looks over at the coffee that you have on your thing, takes the lid, puts it over the plate again, lifts it up, and there's just now coffee there. And he thinks to himself, well, good a time as any to try coffee.
Dino's gonna like notice and like, put sugar in it. It's gonna taste like ass with a side of shit. Just put something in it to make it taste good, okay?
You hear in like in the off corner of this like bench, just like a light hand pops up from the opposite side that you guys are sitting, as Abilene says, sugar's always good in coffee. So is creamer. Just like throws her hand, like her hand falls back down.
Where did you come
leave?
from? Have you been here all night?
I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't remember where Till said the dorms were.
You Facies surging into existence right in front of everybody. Did somebody say crane?
Not that
In
kind of
coffee,
Cree.
Yes.
Oh.
He
I
just,
guess, yeah.
he just
He walks
he just
over and grabs
leaves.
a cup.
Dino's like gonna hold his coffee protectively. Like, I don't want sin cream in my coffee. It's weird.
I just imagine Facies just after realizing his joke didn't land, just extremely disappointed look on his face. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, he just
Just
walks
surges
over with his head
back.
slumped over, grabs a cup of coffee, just no cream, no sugar, and just walks away with it.
Walks away, they hear him mutter under his breath, just like my soul, if I had one.
Yeah. I think Nick, he would see Dino put. I think he would just put like one extra cream and sugar that Dino put in, just because he's like new. But I think also Nick would like he would pick it up before putting anything in it, just do like a little, just to try it, make like a face, and then just put stuff in it.
he just
He
does
just
the
puts
like
the sugar in it.
he just does the like when something like licks a lemon in their face, like just like inverts
It
into a
just
butthole.
inverts. Yeah, just yeah, it does that for a second. His face uninverts. He's like mutters, just cream and sugar. That's smart. Puts 3 sugars in there, 3 creams, mixes it around, sips again. That's better.
Dino takes another drink, takes the platter, puts it back on, takes it off. Everything's still the same. There's now a side of bacon.
Throughout this entire like breakfast, you'll see Nick like put the cover on and take it off like probably 2 times, just to like, and it's just a full refill of everything.
Hungry much?
I didn't have a big appetite yesterday.
That makes sense. A lot happened. I guess.
The tournament's been, I don't know if I'd call it fun, but certainly interesting so far.
It's, yeah,
For what it's worth, I think you put up a very good fight against Jaune.
I didn't.
He's the strongest one in our
Yeah.
cadre by far, so don't take it too bad.
It is not that. Thanks for trying to be supportive, kid, but I knew what I did wrong the moment I fucked up.
Well, at least you know for next time.
Yeah. I think I could have won. I just should have played those cards a tiny bit differently. But also, as you say, he is a giant hulking meat shield of a person, so...
Just right then, Jaune walks into the fucking cafeteria.
Kicks the door down.
Speak of the
Not
refrigerator
even that, he
himself.
just walks, he steps into the door and just fucking breaks around him.
There's a Jaune-shaped hole in the door now.
Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah, no.
Shit.
No, the camera pans over to the open door, and then just slightly over to the left as Jaune just his way through the wall.
Just slides through the wall.
Yeah, collide. Like it's like bad
It's
collision.
the collision effects going through.
The second it stops, Jaune's just there posing.
He's in like a default like A pose as soon as like he comes
posing
through
through
the wall, just drops down, spawns in.
And he cuts back to like a regular animation, walks over, sits down at a table.
Just. The fuck?
Did you just pull a flash? You just vibrate through a wall?
Fucking who?
He's just
It's the
You know
it's
what?
the Gmod physics sounds.
Just I must be seeing things. I'm too tired. Like finishes his coffee in one go. I must be too tired, man.
Puts it back. Another cup of
Yeah, another cup of coffee.
3 different cups of coffee.
There's more.
No, wait.
Every
This
time he
one.
lifts off the lid, there's just more and more coffee. It just
Yeah.
keeps multiplying.
After like his 4th drink, Nick's just like, is there a limit on how many of these you can have?
But the second one comes with a tiny little bottle of brandy on the side. You just.
Dino's not fighting today.
Like I said, kid, I already lost. Warms the soul.
Was a damn good fight, though.
Both you and him. I know I lost. No sense in
I'm
making
not
me feel
denying
good
that.
about
I'm
it.
just saying it was a damn good fight. You would have had my ass if you played it better.
Exactly, that's what I said.
If you weren't so stupid, you could have won.
God, if only your brain wasn't the size of a fucking peanut, you would have won.
You
absolute
hear
moron.
Abilene like laughing her ass off of that comment.
God, when I look at you, all I see is just a caved-in chromium. Is that drool I see? Or brain fluid?
At this point, Abilene's like actually like leaned up. Why not a little bit of both?
There's some spinal fluid mixed in there too.
Knowing Dino,
If Arden
probably.
was here, if Arden was here, I'd know what he'd say. Spinal fluid. A little bit of tang, but overall very sweet. A good vintage.
The door.
You know what? That was actually a
explodes in
pretty good
burst of fire. As Arden then walks in. Did someone say spinal fluid? My favorite drink.
This session is quickly devolving into just our characters being fucking psychotic.
I love how it's like slightly wholesome but questioning trauma. Slightly wholesome but questioning.
Trauma.
We need a little bit of trauma mixed in with the good parts.
A little bit of spice.
What do you mean? The trauma is the good part.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
In any case, good morning to you both. How are you?
I got 12 hours of sleep last night. I'm ready.
Damn. I got
Why
like
did you
one of us
fight
is.
today?
Yeah. I'm pumped.
So,
I got like
Oh,
you see like her brain like her entire face freezes. Till what time is it? It is 10:43 in the morning. Miss. 45 minutes? I think I got like 45 minutes in a Red Bull.
You slept at 10?
You see, she like,
I can't.
she just like
were here.
shrugs.
The sun had already been up for 3 hours at this point.
So?
And you still didn't take the hint that nature was giving you that maybe it's time to go to bed.
As Arden sits down, he's just like, I guess what you get for shotgunning a Red Bull.
Hey, it was
Doesn't
a
even
good
have
Red
that
Bull.
much caffeine.
Not that much caffeine. Points to Facies. Bring up a terminal for me and Google how much caffeine is in a Red Bull.
114 in a 12
120
fluid.
milligrams. 114, that's less! That's less!
Less than what?
You know what I drink daily?
Coffee.
Celsius.
I see that.
No, it was a Celsius.
No, I do crack. No.
Liquid crack.
You want to know what I do when I feel tired? Cocaine.
Okay.
It soothes the soul.
It perks you right up.
But I don't know. I wasn't tired, and then I was, and then I couldn't find the
That's what-
dorms, so I didn't.
Couldn't you, like, just, like, I don't know, do the knock tappy thing that I did last night to make the balcony go away to be like, hey, sleeping bag maybe, please?
You think I thought of that?
Well,
There's
apparently
a balcony?
not. Was balcony. Was a balcony.
You know what? Never mind.
You got a pretty cool building here, I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, well, not building,
Palace?
no, that... who
Facility?
runs Palace? Who runs the Palace?
Do you mean Henry?
Henry?
Henry! Wonderful chap. Love him very much.
I think at this point
Just
he
imagine if
opens.
that's what he started calling Palace users. They're all just Henry now.
They're all just Henry to him.
You got a little good Henry there.
That's not my name. Henry.
You are Henry now.
my boy. Welcome
Last
back,
time, my name is Jay. Henry!
Henry. I'm sorry. What did you say, Henry?
Yeah, when Arden opens up, or as Arden's opening up his thing, he turns to Abilene and is just, "Where's Maeve? You two are usually all together." And when he opens the thing, it's just 3 McGriddles.
I see you're getting loaded up before the fight.
I got a carb load, man.
You see as
Never
there's
got
like
load, but yeah.
you see as there's like a little stutter of time and everything. Kind of think of like a heat mirage and
I like
everything.
the wave effect.
Yeah, and then Maeve just walks in with a bag, like a black plastic bag in her hand.
What is in the bag?
It's just a bunch of
That's-
caffeine.
That's
Yeah.
badass.
You know, it drops it just in front of just here you go. Have fun. I know I can't stop you.
1,200 5-hour energies? You shouldn't have!
Think of how many hours of energy that is.
God, I'm never sleeping again!
You could enter the
Love
forbidden hour of
language.
the day for at least a year.
Yeah.
What's your love language, Maeve? Energy drink.
Energy
Looks,
drink.
looks up with, like, the most loving look on her face, just, I'm gonna see God.
No, Aveline looks up and just like she means to say it mentally, but like accidentally says it out loud, and she's just like, "I'm gonna marry you one day."
Maybe it's just like, yippee. Yay.
Arden just breaks out. Maeve and Abilene
it.
sitting in a tree.
Shut the fuck up!
And as this is
Being
happening,
God on DMT. Yeah.
as this is happening, you just see Shikyo like silently open the door, like go to his spot, open it, see like just toast with butter on it. He's gonna like take the plate, go to the corner of the room and just like sit down, like eating his toast, but also like drawing in his little like sketch pad and just silently. Nobody sees this, just doing his own little thing. Don't mind him.
I also want to say, at this point, Jaune, if anybody would notice, Jaune's just been sitting there silently eating just a bowl of chili.
Of chili? Yeah, they're gonna go cereal.
Yeah, right. Hell no.
I heard bowl. I was-
Hell no.
I take it back.
I just gotta get ready for the fight, too.
Nick,
Fair
Nick,
enough.
that's your name, right? I take it
Yeah,
back.
that's me.
You're all fucking insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get my team. I get Triple McGriddle over there. I get it.
As he's
But
just
chili.
like, he's just one biting a McGriddle, just huh?
Turns around. Huh?
What about me?
Real quick,
So at this
Aveline.
point, that Ezekyle plops down next to Dino again, pulls off his lid, and underneath is an English muffin, toasted, thick layer of melted peanut butter on both halves, with a sausage patty sandwiched in the middle, and a full gallon of whole milk. And as
And
he
you
takes
call-
a bite out of the sandwich, half of the melted peanut butter just globs out onto the plate. And he just starts dipping the sandwich in the melted peanut butter.
Arden turns to Dino and just, you call me weird. This is what he eats every morning. Why is
Like I said,
this? Why?
I'm used to you two. I'm used to you.
McGriddles aren't that weird.
Fucking boys, I swear to God. You see as Aveline grabs a couple of the energy drinks, as Maeve kind of just grabbed like a random assumption of just a handful of different kinds, as she grabs like 3 of them, puts one in one hand and the other 2 in her other, and then walks over to Shikyo, and like puts one in front of him, kind of as like a, hey, you want this? And then sits down next to him and kind of like whispers to him.
He's gonna like slowly like take it and kind of just like look over and just kind of like wait.
Yeah, she kind of like opens one of the cans, not shotgunning this one this time, but just kind of like takes a little sip, and just kind of like whispers over to Shikyo and everything. Then you guys can continue doing what you were doing.
All I can think whenever Shikyo comes on screen is the Shikyo gets a little bit of ice cream. And I want Shikyo to always be having just a little bit of ice cream with a tiny smile on his face. Oh, Dino's response to Arden, just, don't complain to me later when you're shitting out a literal 10-pound dumbbell, okay?
Yeah, it's lava, man. It's my secret weapon.
We are guests in this house. Do not destroy their plumbing.
No, I'm fighting in a tournament, man. It's my secret weapon.
Are you gonna shit on the ground in the tournament? Is that what I'm hearing?
Not the crowd. He turns to Jaune. I'm sorry in advance.
Jaune just stops mid-bite of his chili. Huh?
I'm glad you didn't hear me. I'm gonna go back to eating now.
He just slowly puts the spoon down. You do some shit like that, I am going to beat you into next Wednesday.
Promise?
Only if you're good. Jaune also, by the way, looks extremely tired.
Nick turns to Jaune. I feel like it's a common thing that people can't sleep. You too?
My reasons are for different ones. As his hand just kind of like slowly comes up on its own, he just smacks it down.
Oh. Right. Your thing. So, you know what? Never mind.
Dino just... Anyways.
I think we're just missing talk.
I think talking.
I mean, Yokai hasn't showed up either.
Yeah. Yokai, right.
Khaled and Alencia kind of walk in, like right next to each other, like mid conversation and everything, as Alencia kind of like was talking in the middle of her sentence and then kind of freezes as like almost everybody's here, and she like freezes, slightly rotates over to Khaled and just goes, "We're not the first ones here, holy shit." And then like turns back and just, "Hi everybody."
Nick just gives like a little...
Good morning. It seems like everybody is, or at least everybody is here, is doing pretty good. Or at least got breakfast.
Like shortly after that, Yokai finally walks in. He's got Raya on his shoulders, wrapped around him like a fucking scarf.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, and that reminds me. One of the times that Nick closes and opens it again, there's like, I don't know, that's whatever Casey's favorite food would be, which I think is just an alive mouse because he's a snake. It's just there, and then Casey comes out of like. Actually, where would Casey be? Probably just ask the pecan. Like,
it's just immediate. It runs away.
I think it'd be funny, just no matter what, Casey's always just up his sleeve. No matter how short his sleeves are, he's always just there.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
He's like a huntsman spider. He can fit in the thinnest
sleeve.
fucking spaces.
Exactly. So he just slithers out and just like literally goes across the table chasing the mouse.
As the mouse makes its way across the table and drops onto the floor and begins running across the floor. You see as a thin strand of like a tungsten blade drops out of nowhere and just goes straight through the body of the mouse. As you guys look up and you see Talk walking in with the door open, as he just lifts up the tungsten and then just like leisurely just like walks past Casey, like with the tungsten floating next to him, being held out for the snake to take off of the end of the spike.
Casey will like. Are you like reaching down to Casey? Because Casey's like a normal sized snake right now.
No. Talk is literally just walking with a floating tungsten
floating.
spike
Okay.
just next to him, like within range for Casey to like
Gotcha.
off of it.
Then yeah, Casey will just whoop, take it off the spike, and then quickly slither back up to Nick, like, and just go travel up like his leg and back underneath the shirt to where like into the sleeve.
You'll see as the spike will kind of like do like a little flick as the blood comes off of it and just like splats on the floor slightly. And then he just like holds out his vest as the spike comes back and melds into one of the tungsten slabs. And he just like looks over and he goes, "Sorry about the mess." And then just keeps walking towards the counter to go get his food.
Warm as ever.
Aside from that, he doesn't practically say he doesn't say anything or acknowledge basically anybody.
Henry and after probably about 10-15 minutes, hitting about 11:15 at this point, you guys see as Henry just phases through a wall.
What's the fucking just Henry POV?
Yeah.
Through the wall.
As Artyom walks through the main entrance of this room, not far behind him, with a drink in his hand, and everything, and he has very obviously already kind of drinking. Like, you can tell that he's definitely already had probably like a drink or two. As like Artyom kind of just like sits down, rubs his head, like rubs his eyes and everything, takes another sip of his drink, sets it down, kind of like he like spins it and then just kind of like disassociates looking at it.
Sorry, you said that this was Artyom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Dino puts the platter back over pulls it out. It's a cup of coffee with like a very tall glass of Bailey's Irish cream, and he kind of just slides the platter over to Artyom.
Sorry, what was it again?
Cup of black coffee with a tall glass of Bailey's Irish cream.
Ooh.
He just kind of
That's nice
like
shit right there.
pushes
Mhm.
it slowly towards Artyom.
I mean, like, he kind of like
He
catches
like
it.
whispers under his breath, "I want that tray back. I'm not done eating."
He kind of like catches the drink, like, they accept, and like while still holding the cup, like slides the platter under it back to you, as he like sets the cup down just right in front of him.
He'll catch the platter, put it down, put the top back on, pull it off, and it's now just transformed because he's finished everything with the IHOP breakfast. It just transforms into a bowl of cereal and like a little bowl of apple slices. Specifically Cheerios, the bland kind.
I think Nick will notice Artyom just kind of like disassociate for a bit, and I don't know if I can like whisper so that just he hears, but just kind of be like, "You good?"
I imagine if you like get up to him, like right up to him and everything. You could probably.
Yeah. I'd imagine since Nick was first, he's probably done already. So I imagine he's just gonna move over to right next and just be like, "Hey, you good?"
Sorry, just to add on to what Will said for a second. Do you mean when he grabs his bag of cereal and thermos full of milk?
Yeah.
Canonically, Dino does do that, making direct eye contact with whoever's across from him.
It has to be Nick.
It has to be Nick.
He gets up, stands directly in front of you and Artyom, just, and then walks back to his seat.
Nick just is like,
Well, whatever the fuck that was.
You're a fucking monster.
Nick just, you know,
No, you're the monster. He's just weird.
You're a monster. That's
Nick
just
just-
fucking weird.
That's
Nick's just
just
thinking,
weird.
that's like, you know,
Oh god, he's.
I never
speaking
thought to
actually
eat cereal like that. That does seem efficient.
As you see Facies in the corner scowling at you, just not even I would stoop so low.
There's
That's
a
saying
space.
something.
There's a place in hell reserved for the deepest of sinners, and you would be below them.
So then after that, Nick just goes, "Yeah, this is you good, man."
Hold on, sorry.
You're good.
The god. Let us just say, long night. As like he you can see his hand or like his face kind of melting into his hand. Not in like the sense of like, you know, like your face slipping on your hand, but like his physical skin on his cheek is like actually starting to like meld with his hand for a second. As he like kind of catches himself and then like, you know, like jerks his head back up.
That was disturbing. And it seems like you weren't the only one who had a long night. Looks over at Abilene himself, of course. Anyone else who Jaune as well.
So funny little thing, you look over at Abilene and Shikyo like aggressively shaking hands. As like Abilene has like the biggest grin on her face.
Just like, that's interesting. Okay.
Yes, you know, seems a lot of people like to have long nights here.
I don't know if "like" is the right word here, but
Oh, I mean, it definitely isn't the right
have.
word, but you know, yeah.
well, your business is your own. So,
With that being said, who's ready for the tournament? As he like very sarcastically says it, and then just empties his fucking drink.
Arden just is like, woo! I'm ready.
Oh yeah, baby!
That's what it's all about.
Does anybody have anything before we start the next set of matches?
Well, that being said, we are about half an hour out from 7, and Spencer said that's when he had to leave. So is that when we
I
want to
was
start
just
the
thinking
tournament?
about that.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, do we want to just like pick up the next session with the tournament, like jumping straight into it?
Honestly,
We could also try and fit one in if you think it'll be 30 minutes.
well, I mean, I was.
The fuck makes you think?
I don't know.
Okay. I
Didn't the
will.
last
when
one
is
this
take
group
like an hour and
especially?
a half or something?
I'm sorry. How long did the RP part of this session take? And you
Yes.
think the combat section is gonna take 30
It
minutes?
took an hour and
Brandon?
45
I don't know.
minutes.
We could speed run. We could do something.
On top of that, I was going to say the first fight was going to be Saber versus Spencer.
Oh well, then in that case, you should definitely fucking save it for the next.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Yeah, I guess as
We could just skip that and then do somebody else's fight, and then you guys could just catch me up later, or I could just listen to like the latter bit of it once the episode comes out.
I mean, I'm fine with waiting until the next session to do the combat.
Yeah, I'm
part.
fine
I mean,
with waiting
having-
until next session.
Yeah, sometimes having just a full RP session. I mean, we've
Yeah.
done it before, and those
Yeah.
are just, you know,
Plus, it also gives me a chance to actually do the thing that I entirely fucking forgot about.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna need a reminder.
Yeah,
of.
goof.
Oh. Okay.
I forgot. Okay. Leave me alone.
Okay. Well then.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we will end this session with, like, with Arden getting way too excited to fight.
Yeah.
With that being said, this was session 8 of Heaven Gone Cold. Obviously a short episode because time restraints, but fuck it, we ball. We will be back. Hopefully soon. Hopefully it doesn't take another month before we get another, all of us together at the same time. But yeah. Be gay, do crime, don't become a felon, and get ready for some serious fucking combat.
oh shit, he's packing heat.
Oh shit, he's packing heat.
Hey, Pagany.
Alright, well, have a good night, everybody.